again, ladies and gentlemen, to the B stream from IEM Oakland.
The Bay stream.
The
Come
Bay
on,
stream.
just say it. I've been telling you to say it.
The Bay stream of IEM Oakland. We're not actually at Oakland, by the way. We're about 6 hours south of that in Los Angeles. But irrelevant point. We're going live with our next match. It's the Renegades taking on OpTic Gaming, and it's going to be on Mirage once again. So, should be another epic one, as both these teams absolutely love this map and have proven themselves to be very, very good on it.
And OpTic have already warmed up their seats on this map, just having played. Won the battle against Liquid. It was tightly contested. Let's see if they run a similar pistol set. Not sure if Renegades is playing at the same time, and it looks like they will run the exact same CT pistol. Two people pushing towards Catwalk, and it's going to be upper B. Last time they ran this setup, Liquid went underpass to A, so it's going to be a different outcome. I think we're going to see some chaos happening soon here. The jig is up. They're hitting B. Freiberg's nade does a ton of damage. He's going to get pushed fast by Steeler, who's covered by that smoke. JKS and Naf get 2 quick kills. Alu's boosted on the brick at Catwalk, but they have full market control. This is going to be difficult. HS lurking around the smoke. Those smokes are going to be gone soon.
HS is not going to be able to get past McDonald's as a result of those smokes. Had to do it at least once. Now we do have Majest getting knocked out by Azza, leaving only 2 standing here from the OpTic side, and they just unfortunately don't really have any room at all to get back into this site right now. They have, no control whatsoever. So they're fighting basically right from the very beginning, and they have at least 10, they have just about 10 seconds max here in order to make this retake work. As they move in through it, HS picks up the first kill. They're unable to find a second, though, and time is getting very low. Neither one of them have a kit currently either, and both will fall in rapid succession, giving Renegades control over the pistol and a 1-0 start here in this game.
Great strat. Double McDonald's. Double smokes at the McDonald's arch. I think there was like a comment about that on Reddit. Somebody was asking about it, right? It was like, oh, it's because the arch is
You could get really like fast food meta and call it a double smoke at the McDonald's if you wanted to.
Isn't a double like from somewhere else?
It's
anyway, I don't want to be rambling. I know that's been the main gripe about my casting. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to reduce it. I just have one of those minds that's always thinking. And Naf is going to be taking out the fast push from Majest. I don't think he had armor. Alu's the only guy with armor, and he has the meme R8 gun, and I think it makes it look like the bomb is still planted at B for some reason. See that red light on the ground?
Oh, yeah, look at that.
So I don't think that's actually happening in the server.
No, I think you're right about that.
It's pretty safe to say.
That'd be amazing if they got the bomb down that early somehow.
Yeah. Renegades are going to be going with this very slow, kind of metered approach. And because they got that kill A ramp, I think they can feel safe kind of giving up ground towards A, right? It's like, OpTic, are you sure you want to re-aggress A? Because we already killed somebody there.
Wait, see a little bit of damage done to the Renegades roster. Not anything massively significant, however. So Renegades are still going to be able to pretty easily push their way forward. There's 2 more kills for them coming up from Azza. Just Freiberg and Alu left alive now, and I hear the R8. Is it going to get anything this time? Negative. Freiberg does get a kill at least, but Alu, oh, the instant headshot on the R8 knocks out Ustillo. Fun with the R8 is done, however, as he's now found an up, so a little bit of a better gun to play off of.
That's so awesome that he actually succeeds with this weapon.
That was the left click too. I think he had to wind that one up.
He was running too.
Yeah. Some serious R8 skill, and that's unfortunate, as he brings down his other Naffer Azzer down to just about 12 or 8 HP, but is unable to secure the kill, giving the round over to the Renegades.
You know what's funny is the fact that he would have gotten that kill easily with the ump before the nerf. Do you remember that one major where the ump consisted of like 60% of all kills at the major?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. That was an interesting time to be alive. Here's the feel-good round. I love this strat. I love when you get all the pistolers in a window. It doesn't really turn out that well, but all those dinks scared the hell out of Renegades, I think. Like, Naf was out, but he's like, oh, God, I'm getting peppered. Here we go into the first gunner. Let's see. I think HS might be throwing an op over to somebody. No, he does not. Mixel is going to be the sole opper. And as I was singing to the tune of last game, as soon as OpTic get that double op up on CT's side, things can get really grim for the T side if they don't know how to deal with that. I think Liquid did not execute enough once they noticed it was double op, but that's neither here nor there. That match is over. Looks like they'll be feigning for that mid control, and there's only one guy at the A site right now, but HS is rotating back quickly to the stairs. It looks like Renegades are going to try and scrim out A here soon with 3 up Palace.
we've got
indeed.
Magist trying to play around at CT side firebox again, as he was doing quite a bit against Liquid. This time now he's going to be instantly found out by JKS. Even worse, they're already pinched on by Nifty out on attack. There was no room really for OpTic to get anything done here, unfortunately. They're going to have to try and hold these positions first up before they even think about retaking that A site. They do survive the storm, however. In that bit of a trickier situation, but the problem is they have no access to the inside of the site. Alu holding on his own. It's 2 kills, but a touchdown grenade rolls out from JKS. Be able to take down Alu. Mixwell now left alive as the only man standing with a single health point, and will fall back deep into the B site to save that.
I'm not going to lie, I think Renegades are showing a lot of poise here, because that is a strat that Liquid tried to do almost exactly verbatim in terms of where the player placement was. Obviously, the nades are a little bit different, slightly. I think it'd be an interesting round to compare at the granular level. So, Alonders, if you're listening to me, buddy, there's an off angle on the stage for you waiting. Right? Like, how is it that OpTic just absolutely slapped down Liquid on that same strat on a similar setup CT side, right? It wasn't a different setup. So that's the thing I like to think about. The
Renegades
why.
may have just been watching. Well, actually, they should have been playing the last match, so they wouldn't have been able to.
I'm saying, like, for OpTic, like, how is it that they slapped that other one down, and you're saying Renegades might have seen something?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Renegades. If I don't know if they played on the mainstream in the match before this, but if they were like paying attention, they might have seen that setup and worked out over to it while they were watching the match.
Mixwell, that saved op, he's going to be looking for early kills, hoping to move the op around. He doesn't take that shot there smartly, right? He doesn't want to give it up unless it's a sure shot. That was not a sure shot, although he probably could have hit it if it were a normal round, right? So he's making these decisions on the fly.
T's in the meanwhile also watching out for extra aggression that would roll out from the A site here. So they'll be holding back up on the top of these catwalks just to make sure that there's no pressure coming up from either ramp or the Palace, which they'll be right to assume that that might be there since we have close holds on both the Palace and the ramp. Either one of them outright pushing. So we're starting to see a few nades at least tossed in by the Renegades here to make it look like there's an X2 coming into A. Bit of a quick fake from them, and in the meantime, Naf has already executed the lone defender on the B site. A few trades happening on A, but the jig is up now. They know it's planting at they know it's planting over here at B. So the remaining OpTic players are going to try to rotate into that, but even that is not going to be such an easy task anymore. Nifty sneaking out here, looking for one more kill, but he's actually beaten out by Alu, so all of a sudden we're even in a 3v3. Still going to be more likely a save call brought out from OpTic, but now they have 2 guns to save at least, so carrying over quite a bit into the next round. That
kill was so important because that guy is basically lurking, and he was in a position to take Alu's op or Mixwell's op away, right? Little things like that, super important. What I'm excited to see is how OpTic get their way back into this game, because I haven't seen them play from behind on Mirage for a while. Interested to see this, but they have 2 AKs and an op. AKs on the CT side are so important to have, especially in the hands of a guy like Magist. That could be a round-winning scenario right there. Azure finds Alu. Alu, you definitely didn't need to be there, buddy. But I don't think he really cares. I think he's gonna get an op here anyway. Could have been a AK on one of his teammates' hands, so I expect to see Mixwell in either connector or jungle or window, and then Alu catwalk, most likely here.
Let's go into the double op setup, of course, so let's find out and see if it can have a little bit of better impact this time than it did on the last gun round that we saw them go for it. Spreading out quite a bit here in the opener, but Renegades are quite the opposite. They've got everybody in the back B halls, which means it is going to be, areas like ramp on it are going to be left open here. Renegades will still be free to push forward into B after some delay. This big grouping of players.
Freiburg only has a flash left, too. Look, he's the only guy at B. Alu's pushed all the way up at catwalk. If Alu gets smoked off and isolated from Freiburg, this could spell disaster unless Freiburg goes absolutely nuts. And here it comes. They're already out. His timing is impeccable from the Renegades.
Freiburg trying to hold on the other side. He'll be blinded out by Ustillo. Alu having a little bit of better luck, but also having trouble hitting a second shot, it would seem. But Ustillo does get caught over-aggressing. The trade comes back just as quickly, though, from the T side. And we get locked into a dead heat 3v3. Renegades will find the plant, but they are not secure just yet. OpTic are going to be pushing back in these next few moments, and they've got a decent amount of flashbangs and quite a few smokes as well. Trying to work their way past this. JKS trying to hide in the back of McDonald's, and he gets himself one pick up there, knocking out Magisk, but Magisk also took out Naf before going down, so it's into a 2v2. Ooh. JKS with a wonderful flick knocks out Alu, and now it's Mixwell alone with no hope to retake the site. He'll fall away. Give it up And it's the Renegades to keep their streak going at 6-0.
I think that round plays out a whole lot differently if Alu was on an M4 and not an op, right? Because what he has to play around that smoke near Get Right that JKS pushed to kill Magisk. So I guess Magisk getting that kill onto, who was it near bench? Naf, right? Because things happened so fast right there for JKS that it's hard to communicate to Naf why he died, right? So it's almost like, oh, he could push the smoke, I'm pushing it back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really hard to do when you're hearing just that pin pull of the flash. And if Alu had a rifle there instead of an op, then he probably would have traded the kill in JKS faster. The round could have played out differently. 6-0 scoreline, but OpTic are on a full nice buy here. Double op, but an ump in hand for Freiburg this time, affording him more utility. He's already going to let go of that Molotov early. I'm not sure what the indicator was. Renegades seem like they have everything going for them now. Renegades the fun.
Even getting ready to explode out of top mid again here in these next few moments. Having to corral everyone together before they make the full commitment to it. And obviously players like Nifty watching for the back flank in the event that OpTic would like to try and press upon them. So the Renegades, again, still a little delay here. No mid presence yet, and actually the shape of this hit is changing up a little bit. It was looking like fast mid control with the entire team. Still going to be the majority of the team moving in, but they kept the bomb back around T spawn. Probably going to position itself in a spot to where as soon as they get through connector, then that bomb can move into the site in safer fashion. But the loss of Ustilo right at the beginning here upon taking mid control has hurt this plan a little bit. So the bomb carrier is going to have one more added with them. And oh, great flash and a fallout from Mixwell. Out while Azra's still completely blind. Another free kill from OpTic here. They're looking good, but what was that from Nifty? A shot through the box into nowhere. HS trading it back, but Nifty again swiping down the ladder to find the trade onto HS. Still a disadvantage for himself and the rest of his team, though. Naf is completely pulled out of mid and rotates around. They group up with Nifty. Nifty will sit alone on this site for the next 2 to 3 seconds while he's waiting for Naf to rotate in, but all has gone calm. Nifty picked up those 2 incredible kills. We'll look for more. Another great flash. This time it is from Nifty himself, but Naf moves in, knocks out Mixwell, and all of a sudden, we are even. We are into a 2v2, and Nifty hits another shot, spots the last minute connector, and we'll just go for the kill, and he gets it! A massive 4K from Nifty to keep this streak going for the Renegades.
You cannot understate the importance of how he played every single situation, the micromanagement of his movement, understanding where the CTs were. How did he get that headshot onto him just through triple? Did he see his gun barrel and extrapolate where his head would be? I don't know. I don't care. Nifty, you did exactly just that. That 4K was absolutely amazing. And OpTic, wind out of their sails, taking that pause. They got to be tilted off the face of the earth at this point, Blue.
Absolutely. As now OpTic have just failed to find any sort of footing at all from within this first half so far. It's been a straight run for the Renegades, even when they seem to have great control at the beginning of the round, like we saw right there. 2 quick kills in the middle, 0 response to, all of a sudden, Nifty just completely wrecks the entire team.
That kill he got coming off the ladder on the guy under Balk was so amazing. It's like, you see, I love whenever somebody has like a sweeping motion of their aimer with the op, because it just, from third person, the op is like sweeping around. That guy under Balk is like, oh my god, this guy's going ham right now.
He just gets slapped as soon as he comes down the ladder.
God, that just shows you having the ability to have good movement, like player model movement, when you have the op is just affords you so much more ability to make plays, which is also why Fallen is such a good operator too. So Nifty, we see you, bud. I think Magiska's going to get underpass unspotted, but Nifty's going to continue his reign of terror. That shot onto HS. Finds that shoulder peek shot. It's easier said than done.
Been able to take down HS to start off the round, and now Naf is going to look for a second kill here. Mixwell is hiding in connector, but he hasn't been able to spot him just yet. Oh, nice save coming out from Nifty again. Always there when he's needed. Naf in a little bit of a tough spot there. Could have potentially been taken out by Magisk, but avoids that. It's Nifty. Not even really that far up on the scoreboard. I really just kind of shown up in these last 2 or 3 rounds alone. So
well, that last round basically wins them 3 rounds, almost.
Essentially,
right?
Yeah.
Because I doubt OpTic will buy next round, but you just can't understate that performance that round. That is disgusting in a good way.
And he's already picked up 2 kills here on this round. Obviously, a much easier one for the Renegades, but impressive nonetheless. As we do see the Renegades start to press forward, get ready for the B hit. OpTic do have 2 of the 3 of the remaining players here, including, I believe, no, the shotgun is not here. It's just the pistols. Shotgun is on the other side. So they're going to move in. Oh, there's one from Mixwell, hiding below with the CZ. Can't chain together a second. The R8's doing some damage, but not enough to get a kill. So Azar will knock him out before he finds any real impact. And the last man standing with the shotgun will also fall before getting a kill back in mid.
That could have very easily been a round win for OpTic and a clip on Reddit for for Ali, right?
Yeah.
Like, we almost had some interesting things happen right there. I'm not going to say I wanted them to happen. I'm not going to say I didn't. We're unbiased over here. Me and Blue, keeping it pure. Double op is back. Let's see if this time they can crack the code of the Renegades T side. I wonder if this is heard. It's definitely considered. They have 2 people in Palace. This is going to be hard for him to get out of here alive.
Finds it and actually does escape, but the problem is he's going to have pressure coming out against him here in a moment. He's got to hit the second shot, misses it, survives for a little bit longer, but eventually does go down to Azza, and he continues his rampage further into the site now, finding the kill onto HS as well, already into a 4v2. Likely to make it a 4v1 if he gets this kill, but it blinds both players. However, Azza will recover quickly. Get his vision back much faster than Freiburg does to be able to pick up that kill. Mixwell alone, not much he can do at 7 HP. Time for the save.
This is amazing.
It's a shutdown right now.
It's amazing in the sense that they're playing very well. I'm not even surprised that they have this lead. Renegades have shown to be an extremely explosive T-sided team. If they get going and they get the momentum and they have the money and they have a read on you and they get to control the tempo, they just seem to take control of games. A la 16-0ing SK on Dust 2, right? A while ago. Doesn't really matter that it was a while ago. It's the same group of players that seem to have this ability to just roll and roll and roll, and it gets harder and harder to stop. That call right there, that as soon as Alu gets that kill, for everyone to just speed up, is amazing. Like, is that a dynamic play that they all understand to make, or is that somebody telling them to do it in that moment? You know?
It should be mentioned to the playoff contenders that are currently on the line for OpTic, because this is not Renegades' last match of the groups. I think they still have one more after this. This is, I believe, is OpTic's, however. This is
yeah,
because
you
match.
play 5 and they're 2-2.
So if they go 2-3, 2-3 more than likely will lead to you not making it out of the groups. Now that could obviously vary and change based on the results of these other teams, but OpTic are going to be in trouble if they don't recover here and end up losing this match outright.
Well, I mean, both teams are basically on the chopping block, right? Because both have 2 losses. Renegades need this win to equal OpTic's record that they had before the match started. I'm extremely impressed. I kind of want to go back to that decision to go fast out A. Because if that was like an on-the-fly call, the way that they did it and what each player did during that on-the-fly, hey, let's speed up out A, was so just well done. They must have an understanding of who needs to do what based on spacing in terms of nades, gun out, etc. Renegades, I'm liking it a lot.
They go quickly towards top mid this time around. No fear against the OpTic buy. As to be honest, it's pretty pitiful. They have CZs, a single op, and a UMP. The op tries to, actually no, it's the CZ that tries to hit back in window room early on, but obviously really not going to be able to get anything done from there. They're already up cat, they're already into the B site, they already have control. And especially with the op going down on B, this might already be a save call from OpTic. There's nothing they can do about this.
So let's keep in mind, as this round plays out, because it's kind of, we know it's going to happen at this point, is that Renegades basically had a similar scoreline as this on the T side of Cash yesterday against Liquid. Do you remember what happened then?
They lost.
Okay, so this game isn't over yet. I'm just saying, just giving them some pat on the back for how they've played T side so far. However, they need to keep going.
Oh, we should mention, by the way, this is not OpTic's final game. Actually.
Oh, that's wrong up there?
Yeah, that's wrong up there. They're actually 2-1.
So 2-1. That's good. So OpTic's 2-1 right now. The score at the top where it says second, 2 wins, 2L is incorrect. So it's 2 wins, 1 loss.
Yeah, the placing is probably right.
Is Renegades is correct? Did they play 3 games?
That one looks right. I'm pretty sure everybody played 3 games.
I'm gonna check on that. I want to have some primary analysis done while we're watching the game.
Well, as we do continue watching the game, Renegades obviously just brimming with cash at this point. But OpTic finally able to get another full buy going for themselves, including the op on a Mixwell. Full utility for all of their players buying M4s. Again, their best chance in a while here. Finally pick up a round. At least to find some impact on the CT side.
That volley, man. Thing's OP. It basically allows Freiburg the security to know that he's not going to get crept up on early.
No pressure against him, and that will now leave a gap wide open for Ustillo to try to sneak him as well after the molly has gone away. But Ustillo is not going to challenge that at this point in time. He'll sit back, relax and actually group up with his teammates out towards the A site. It looks like he's sending the bomb over in this direction. While they hold just 2 players right inside and right outside of the entrance to those B halls, just to make sure OpTic are not freely allowed to make an aggressive push onto the inside. With everyone lined up closer to A, though, it seems like they are going to have everyone group up. They'll also put the number 9 man through underpass to group up in mid, and eventually late push through connector. But that's being watched by our number 1 man over there, too, which is HS, sorry.
And then AZR is going to be lurking in underpass. Or Aza. Okay, I did that wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
You have to have the accent, otherwise.
That flash, the blinded Mixwell is huge. Magis gets his 2nd kill of the game, and that's all he's going to get. HS trading onto Aza. 3v3, and it's unsure how this one's going to play out, but there is a smoke. It seems like they're going to get a nice plant here. He's going to go to the opposite side of the box. He's still good spam, but he has good health. Naf sitting on 7 HP. How are they going to get out of this round? That flashbang allows him to hold this angle.
Inside there, so as soon as he peeks, he's a dead man. Molly through the smoke. Does he realize Freiburg's going to push him from the top side? He hits him, but it's a leg. Freiburg jump dodges the upshot and only gets legged by it. And now with Alu's 2nd kill, Naf going around on this flank. I believe, no, it's not planted for him because he planted behind the box. So he's going to have to move in very quickly, trying to find position. Will spam in, but the problem is that gives himself away, and Freiburg can swing out to finish off Naf. Get the full defuse on 10 seconds, but they'll have plenty of time for this. And OpTic will finally put a round up on the board after 10 straight from the Renegades.
Who was... Okay, so Naf was alive, Nifty was alive. Who was the 3rd guy? He was Palace, right? Because how did that guy die? Did that guy try and swing out and kill the guy that was legged at Ticket Booth and he got killed from the jungle CT retaking? I think that might have been the mistake there. I didn't really catch it, right? Because how did that guy die? He didn't need to die.
Which guy?
Whoever died as Nifty legged that guy, right? Because they had 3 Ts alive right there. Regardless, I'm not going to bemoan the point. Let's get into this round. Just something to think about. And it's going to be faster mid-control here. Mixwell tries to block the smoke. Perhaps he could have used his molly to have it stay in the back of the window. You know, Steel is going to be their entry fragger. JKS getting that first pick towards A ramp onto Magisk, and A side's going to get that rotate from the window room. Mixwell giving up that spot, and then HS going back towards jungle. 31 HP due to Ustila's spamming earlier. This is a scary round for OpTic where reset potential is high, sadness potential equating that reset potential.
We do have Renegades that are going to slip through into A in a moment here. They wanted to look for a first kill to start it off, and Mixwell is actually the one that picks it up. HS will also swing forward to find the additional frag, but he's now taken down, or Alu rather, is taken down by Naf. HS finding some serious impact frags on this round, though. His 2nd kill, very important to really just prevent the downfall of OpTic here, and now it gives them a really good chance to win this 2v2. They were actually backing away for a second, but I don't think they're going to do that. They have the right to go back in, and they have a smoke as well. There's no reason why they should at least attempt this, but JKS lined up in a good position, and he closes out on both of the remaining players, giving it over to the Renegades, and they continue to lead. And also, more importantly, OpTic's losing bonus. Got to get reset.
Oh, man. That's rough to deal with at this point. I mean, there's not much you can do. You win the rounds you can win, and Renegades, you're playing well. There's not much OpTic could do about that. You have Nifty making sick plays, people peeking things at the right time. T-sides can get really scary when they have the money and they have the strats going for them. I don't think anyone's especially playing bad on OpTic either. That's what makes this so impressive to me. All right, like Magisk has 2 kills, but I don't think there's really had a lot of opportunities to do much more than that, you know? Good volley there, covering all of that corner so you can't peek out at all.
Yep. And the smoke to make sure that he doesn't re-peek it here. So good coverage being put up by the Renegades. Really solid mid-control throughout this entire half so far.
Somebody over there in that organization's been doing work.
Absolutely, yeah. And
Right?
I mean, OpTic's not even challenging it in most rounds anymore. Right? They're just kind of letting them take mid for the most part. You have like Alu trying to semi-peek cap, but besides that, they're really just kind of leaving them alone. This one will allow for Renegades to go for another slow draw. Mixwell did sneak into window room, but is only going to be able to get a 1-for-1. Out from Cat, however, Magisk is able to find more impact, and then this lets Alu peek all of a sudden. They realize there's no really additional presence coming out from the Cat side, so Ustillo is going to be found out here by Freiburg. Yes, with the molly deeper inside of the site, but Freiburg's the real target right now. Naf will thankfully take care of the other player back by Arches. Eliminates Alu. Ustillo tries to directly push Freiburg, and it actually works, which is a bit of a hard fight to win from that position, but he gets it done anyway. HS and Naf will trade blows amongst themselves, and it is left to HS at the end of the day to clutch. But Renegades realize he's hot on their tails back over inside of the apartments. And
that flash at Catwalk worked.
Unfortunately, HS will miss that chance to kill JKS. He still will have it, though, as he goes out, and that's the bomb down. So now Naf has to quickly go over to CT, chase this kill, and he's only got 9 HP to play off of. HS is smart. He hides away, and Naf knows. Actually, he's going to run back like he has time to plant. There's no way that's happening. So the round will end on the timer. HS will be able to successfully hide away and prevent his own death, which means the Renegades will win, or rather lose, another round finally, giving it over to OpTic.
In accordance with Skadoodle theory, at some point, lopsided games tend to revert to the mean, right? So what that means is that that round happened against all odds for OpTic, right? Like it just, Skadoodle has this theory that, you know, if you have a huge lead, things start to tend to go the other way, as if there's some kind of like supernatural force that's making things happen in a weird time or something. Who knows? You're the one who presented it to me. Is that a good way of explaining it?
Yeah, no, that's a good way. I thought it was more like just the 7-0 thing, though, specifically, like a very specific theory of his. But
okay.
I guess it could generally be applied to anything.
So now they have that lurk in mid, Naf getting to that chair position, and I'm not sure if Alu is holding him. Alu looks like he's in the no, so he doesn't know he's there. He's holding a nice angle to maybe pounce onto somebody lurking bottom connector. Mixwell freaking close with the Max 7, finds an op upgrade.
I just beat next up to back here, trying to find some impact. It's actually Azza that gets the next kill. Magisk further back at triple, though, is going to be able to hold the line as he picks up 3 quick kills, bringing it all down to Naf, and he won't get very far either. Alu back on Cat has found him.
That is vintage Magisk boy right there. Right, like he's the kind of guy who makes that happen. Most players get 1 kill there. That second kill with the FOSS, pretty difficult to get. That third kill with the USP, are you kidding me? That is, I mean, if he starts to hit that form, he's waking up at the end of the first half. We could see anything from here on out.
OpTic has started to bring it back. A little bit of steam finally showing up here from the OpTic train. Now Renegades blows out in more dominant fashion. They get the first kill this time as HS tries to challenge from underpass unsuccessfully. But Mixwell, with an op, walks to top mid, gets the pick on Nifty, but takes him way too long to fall back, so he's going to get traded. And Renegades will continue to hold a +1 advantage as a result of that.
It's interesting. There's a lot of kind of weird one-on-one battles taken so far, right? Like if you're HS and you need to come back from 13-11, not really sure if you take that solo underpass push without something else happening on top of it, right?
Yeah.
Who knows, though? Right? Maybe there was a strat called. I don't want to be too critical here. And JKS is getting a lot of sound information afforded to him by what Magisk is doing. So he has an idea that Magisk is somewhere in sight, right to his left. If he peeks Palace, he's somewhere to his left in sight. And he's feeding this information to his teammates, Ustila, probably not too worried about Sandwich right now. And that trade comes in quickly, right? JKS is aware of it. Smokes off CT spawn, get a nice flash. See if Alu can deny the plant. There's a pretty big drop in there.
Naf has found Alu, though, so with him dead, everything's left on to Freiburg. It is the 15th round, so he's going to make an attempt at this, but odds are very much stacked against him. Try to go for a bit of a slow crawl through Ticket, but kind of freezes as he sees those shots. Not even going to be able to line up the first kill, though. JKS wins that last battle with a single health point remaining, and that settles it. Renegades will have a massive lead coming off of their T side at 12-3. You'll have to stick with us, ladies and gentlemen, to find out if OpTic are going to be able to bring it back on the second half, as we're going to a break. So stick with us, and we'll be returning with the second half between these two teams in just over a minute.
Renegades almost beat Fate.
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again here to the B stream at IEM Oakland. Oh my god, I just scared myself.
What were you about to say?
I don't know. I was just talking, and then my mic got a lot louder on myself.
Oh, you actually get the feedback?
Yeah.
All right.
Just got turned up,
Freiburg, Mr. Utility being the selfless IGL. Alu's going to be lurking top mid. Nice little default spread attack from Renegades 2-1-2. Similar spread from OpTic. Faking B right now. That's going to pull the rotate off A, but who is that's staying? NAF is staying. And they know it's not a B. They know it's not a commit B. They should be calling that right now.
They don't realize that.
And look who's lurking in the window. Alu. And he gets his head lopped off by JKS, and this is going to be hard to come back from. Majisk jumping.
Oh,
and that's
such
it.
a clean mop-up of the site, too.
All the way over B.
HS is going to die anyway to Ustillo. And the plan from OpTic just seems a little bit malformed there, as they never even really successfully pulled the entire team off that A site. They still had consistently, I think it was NAF that was waiting in the site the whole time.
I think it was hinging upon Alu, right? Because Alu was in window, and if he cuts that rotate, like, he wins around by himself, right? Because there's only one guy at CT. And if he had won that battle against JKS who killed him, then that guy's solo at CT, and whoever rotates back to CT has to basically, you know, deal with Alu first.
Yeah.
He was the gatekeeper.
But the gate was left wide open. The Renegades were able to take control of the round that may have actually just won them the game here if we don't see some immediate response from OpTic. They are going to save because they got the plant at least on that last round, but even after this, they'll just force the issue on the plant. Nifty actually didn't realize they went for the plant, but thankfully someone else denied it, so that's the big goal here, is that Renegades were able to stop that second plant from going onto the ground. Freiburg wants to knife fight. Let's see, goes in. Oh no, he just walks into NAF's knife. So that's going to give an extra 1,500 over to NAF for free. And look at that.
Is he going to op? Who is he going to op? Question is, do you op here? I would say at 14-3 you op.
Well, it's weird now, right? Because half of them have bought and half of them haven't, so they're at a weird crossroad on their buy.
Yeah, where if he opts, then he has no money to buy next round, but everyone else kind of has more money.
Well, it's not even everyone. Ustillo and JKS's money is pretty low too. It's only really Azur, Nifty, and NAF that have the extra cash flow now.
Yeah, I would have opted. I would have gotten this round and gotten it to 15 instead of... Yeah,
but I mean, yeah, if they win on this round, the game is essentially over unless OpTic somehow upset on a force buy.
So therefore, hard buy, right?
Yeah, that's
like
what you would think,
as well
right?
Be well equipped.
I guess they're a little bit worried about their competition going into this round, and that's obviously a good fear because, well, they're starting it off quite well. 2 kills for them. Freiburg picking up a third now against Ustillo, but Freiburg also getting spammed through the smoke, so he's got to be a little bit careful. They have thinned out the numbers quite nicely, though, and with NAF recovering this M4, it's very likely that both these two will just end up falling back to save. I think NAF getting a little bit aggressive here, trying to find the kill into Freiburg if he went to the crawl space, but not going to find him.
So it seems like OpTic's bread and butter strategy when they don't have an op on T side is that cat split, right? Like that's what they did almost every single round that they won against Liquid, I would say. Just remembering kind of like a nebulous idea that I have is that the cat split seemed very successful. Would you agree?
Yeah, no, I would say that.
I'm not hoping if you agree, by the way. I was wondering if I was seeing that correctly. And then, so let's see here. NAF and JKS saving those guns is huge because they had 2 UMPs into the round, which means they can likely get a decent buy here.
They had 3 players with the ability to rebuy, so this should be good. They can actually get it op if NAF wants to, and there it is. Gonna go right over to Nifty.
He's pretty decent with the op, as we've seen.
It's okay.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
He's all right.
He's all right. You know, he's your like average Australian opper, so. Oh wait, isn't he the American too?
Yeah, he's an American.
I loused that one up.
Their Aussie opper was Yam.
That's
was
right.
The last one,
That's
I think.
Right. That's what I got confused with. Well, the opening is going to be a little bit slower here. OpTic actually pretty split up if you just look at the minimap. Thankfully, they're all going to conjoin here at middle. CT smokes, though, are not helping that.
So the nice little 1-3-1 mid control, or 3-1-1. 1A ramp, 1 palace. But NAF losing that duel with Freiburg, but he brings him low, so trade potential later, potentially. And yes, that's Ustillo getting it. So he knows he's low, he takes that aggressive peek. JKS reads that palace peek. JKS is, oh, and Ustillo getting that shot on HS. Trades coming everywhere, stereo frags, if you will.
As Mixel picks them all up. Majisk is going to find the next one, too. It does come down to a 1v1, and this is incredibly crucial for OpTic to stay in the game here right now. Majisk self-flashing, thinking there's going to be a player at mid. This is a bit of a dire Misread, though, because unless he somehow realized that the flank is coming against him, which he might have done now by checking out in mid, but he's going to want to move a little bit quicker than this. There we go. There's the
if he goes up cat, this might be bad timing. Yeah, those smokes on the mini-map aren't real. Ooh, I think he might beat him to cat.
He is.
I don't think
Nifty's checking out the A site still. So.
Yeah, maybe if he B-hopped off default box and landed triple, he could see him, but I don't think you want to make that much noise without knowing where he is.
Yeah, because I remember, guys, obviously Nifty has zero clue at this point that Magisk even left the A site.
So right here, this is an interesting conundrum. I think you go for it, but, you know, somebody could argue that you don't go for this right here because you know that the OpTic gaming money is low. But I think Magisk is in a spot that allows Nifty to potentially clutch, but he's going to hear him, so he's going to be ready to have his aimer at that head level.
Yeah, Nifty's dead. And there we go. Magisk closes out in relatively quick fashion for OpTic Gaming as soon as he spots Nifty. Gives up the 5th round, will completely break the Renegades economy, putting them on to relatively full save here. But should only be 1, because I believe they'll have enough cash to buy after this.
So that's 2 rounds lost in a row, which means that if they lose this round and half, they're going to get 2,400, putting, you know, op money in the hands of Renegades. So we'll probably see a nice buy next round. Singular flash invested upon by Nifty, and it looks like they're going to do that mid-peak from connector. Nifty's going to flash with a jump throw over the top from triple.
Just completely losing himself as he gets flashed there. Finally spams the MAC-10 and we'll get nothing off of it. Besides his own death.
So where's number 4? Is he up in B apps?
Yep. Underpass.
Oh, that's too bad. He should have taken control of B. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
A lot of chip damage going on against OpTic right now. Ali losing about half of his health. Mixwell down to 15.
Why are they? Why is he going
runs
A?
over Magisk. This
like they know their connector side. Why would you go up A? I don't understand. Is it to confirm that they're still there? Because that guy was in underpass and he can hear if they're rotating B. Things that confound my brain.
We're going to have actually not a whole lot of presence in the B site, which this is good for OpTic. They can kind of retake back control over the round here, assuming they move in quickly enough, which they're doing it at a pretty good speed right now. Alu not going to use Stillo, of course. And like this, they just have control.
Mixwell's got to relax, too. He's a single USP shot away. Maybe 2 body shots, because, you know, people can survive USP shots to the body. It does less than 10% of your health.
USP is going to end up connecting a little bit there, but Alu, good chase. Him and Freiberg mopping up the market players. Naf is still alive, though, and he's able to hold on. Now he's the only one left standing. Both players are one-shottable, but he will fall to the Opera on top of Van. And that gives
pretty
round
scary.
6 to OpTic. Yeah.
Pretty scary stuff there, and you know, I can speculate all I want about why Magisk goes there. At the end of the day, he did find some info, so it's not like he went up there and just died as a result of nading himself. He found something, right? There was some kind of benefit gained, and now he's on the Krieg boy, the Magisk Krieg SSG 552. Let's see if he can pop any domes. Mixwell pops the first body, and that's nifty. And now they know that it's aggressive mid. They can probably speed up out A. Let's see if they do it.
Chickies is going to be under pressure here as he waits for his teammates to rotate back in. He even had the shadow advantage there, but HS still picks up the frag onto him. However, big series of trades coming out from Naf and Ustillo. They bring it down to just Alu now in a 1v2. He'll have the right to play, and he'll have the capability to do that at least, but now he's stuck. Thankfully, he has a boatload of utility to use here to try and hold back the CTs. Not using that molly to try and hold them within connector, though, so probably working that off of a lack of intel. Now he's going to get pushed. Almost lines up the kill, but now only 9 bullets remaining, and he won't even be able to use them as Azur knocks him out, and that's going to send Renegades up to 15.
I love that they went to that side of the box, right? Because that side of the box, there's no ability to jump up. There's no little lip that is somewhat lower, so you can't see them really early and kind of screw around with the shoulder peaks.
Yeah.
Renegades showing that they understand the small nuances, capitalizing on it, and Alu is definitely not somebody you want to screw with in that scenario. He's the type of guy to pull that off to get 2 quick one-taps. And this is it.
There's no weird way for him to like peak from that side of the box,
right? There's no spammable triple on that side.
It's a very
I mean, I'm sure he still could win it if you double swing that side. It's just less likely.
So unfortunately, he will drop that 1v2, and that puts OpTic on the chopping block here. Potentially lose this match, but it's going to be a very, very quiet start.
This is going to be a
so it could be
interesting engagement upon the execute. I think HS is probably going to flank slowly through underpass after they contact out a ramp. This could be a diabolical plan, depending on if Nifty reads it.
JKS is still going to hold close up after all these nades are used, and he instantly clotheslines one player. Great trace as well. Naf coming in for the support, and for whatever reason, just didn't expect JKS to jump up there. So him and Naf chain together another kill. Nifty closing out and now bringing it down to just Alu again. He holds for one player, but he can't fall back. He's locked into this fight. And with Azar getting the final kill, it secures it for the Renegades in dominating fashion against OpTic. They take this map 16-6, and their record continues to flourish now at, I believe, 3-1, right? Or no, was it? Well, they're 1-2 or 2-1?
Yeah, they're 2-all now, so they keep it
okay.
alive. And I think that we can call Renegades legit now.
Yeah.
I think we can say that. I'm tired of like everyone being like, it's Renegades. They're not legit. I think they're legit. They look solid.
Like we were saying yesterday, right? This is like a really good event to sort of test them, see where they are on the global scale of things. We have a really good sampling of Tier 1 teams at this event.
The teams at this event this is no joke. Like even Mongols, like even they haven't won a game, but they've looked pretty darn good. I don't think there's any teams that are rollovers here.
Absolutely not. And with Renegades winning that match, the group continues to get way more interesting as the two teams are now deadlocked at a 2-2 scoreline. It'll come down to the last series of matches in order to decide who's going to be moving on and who will be going home early, unfortunately. And we're going to be finding out about that when the next match concludes, and that's going to be coming up right after this break, ladies and gentlemen. So do stick around, and we'll have what I think is going to be the final match of this group right after this.